Awam Yasharala, this is your brother Abanaya coming to you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. But first, we give all honor, all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rukaha Kodash. Double honors to our apostles, prophets, and teachers of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth, who are the true men of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai on the earth today. Peace and salutations to the sincere Akim and Akwat, who are following this truth in all diligence and all sincerity. Now we're going into the lesson today, having done all to stand. That is the name of the lesson, right? Having done all to stand. We're going to be faced with many trials, many tribulations, many situations. But in spite of it all, we are required to stand tall, to stand firm in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Scripture tells us, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So we got to endure. And that standing is referring to you, not being fearful, not giving up. It's referring to you having that perseverance. Standing tall. So lakia for that, folks. So let's go straight to the precept. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 13. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 13. It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So, you see, and we are encouraged to take on the whole armor of power. It's by taking on the whole armor of power will we be able to stand. Why are we taking on the whole armor of power for? You go to the verse above. Let's start from verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. That wiles would be his trickery, his schemes. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is the reason why we put on the whole armor of power, so we will be able to stand. And when the scripture say having done all to stand, meaning you do all what is required of you, scripture says stand therefore. Just like a soldier, before he goes on the battlefield, he has to put on his armor. He needs to have the tools of his trade, the various weapons he would need on the battlefield. When does the soldier go on the battlefield before he first puts on his armor? Does the soldier go on the battlefield before he armed himself with his weapons or the tools of his trade? No. When he have put on his armor, he makes sure he has his various weapons and what he need to be on the battlefield. What does the soldier do? He goes to the battlefield. So the scripture telling us, having done all to stand, meaning you have girded yourself with the armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. This is what it looks like. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of power. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. So verse 18 shows you this is one of the ways in which, as a soldier of righteousness, a soldier of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, this is one of the things you must have to be able to stand. This is one of the things that will easily identify you as a soldier ready for the battle. Because why? You have done all you needed to do to stand. You have put on all the armor, you have all the weapon, you are properly ready to go out on the battlefield. Right? Let's get a couple more points to go with that. Let's get James chapter 4 verse 7. James chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, submit yourself therefore unto power. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to power and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Purify your hearts, ye double-minded. So what is going to identify that you are ready to stand in this truth, to stand for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, is having done these things. You submit yourself to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. You resist the devil. How do you resist the devil? You don't give him no place to enter into your life. You don't give him the opportunity to speak words or to or to carry out actions against you. His various nefarious schemes, because you are able to identify what it is and you are able to stay away from it. And those you are not able to outright avoid, you would overcome it. Scripture said, draw nigh to power. How you draw nigh to power? One way is studying to show yourself approved. Another way is praying without ceasing. And scripture says, when you draw nigh to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, he's going to draw nigh to you. And a soldier must be thoroughly built up and rooted in his conviction. He must believe in the reason and the purpose he is going to war for, willing to shed his blood. That's why the scriptures say, we have not yet resisted unto blood. And for the declaration that we have made that we are in this truth all the way for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is going to put us to the test. He's going to put you to the test. And if you ain't do all you need to do to stand, what you're going to do? You're going to fall. You will fall because you have not prepared yourself. Having done all there is to do for you to stand, it means you have prepared yourself. Having done all to stand, that indicates that what? You are prepared. Right? Let's get 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 22. That's Thessalonians. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verses 22. And it reads, flee also youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai out of a pure heart. Flee the things that you once did when you was in the world. Flee those things. Don't go back to doing the things that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai deliver you from. That's why the scripture called it youthful lust. Because when you was in the world, you was about a child. You didn't have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Does a child have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? No. A child have to be taught those things. So when the scripture encourages you to flee from youthful lust, you are able to recognize it as youthful lust because you have been brought into the understanding of what it truly is. Therefore, the means in which you escape it, you are already aware of it. So all this would prove that you're prepared to stand. Right? Let's get Sirach 21 and verse 2. Sirach 21 and verse 2. It says, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. What is sin? The transgression of the law. Anything that would cause you to transgress the laws of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, scripture says flee from it. Remember Joseph? When Potiphar's wife wanted to sleep with him? How many of you in that position could have done what Joseph did and resist the sexual advances of a beautiful woman? So much so that when she threw herself on you, you run. You throw yourself away and you run. She tried to hold you down. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. Could you actually gauge the safe distance you ought to be from a snake or a serpent poised to strike? No, you can't gauge the safe distance. It says, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. Wisdom would have you know, flee sin. Part of being prepared is to know to identify sin and to stay away from it, avoid it at all costs. This is Sirach chapter 2, verses 1 and 2. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, making no haste in time of trouble. This is how you ensure that you're prepared to stand. When the scriptures say, having done all to stand, it means everything that you needed to do to ensure that you are ready for the battle, you have done it. You went through the necessary training. You have done the necessary battle attire. You have your weapon on the ready. But most of all, you have the conviction and the mindset. So you could keep yourself in the battle. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. So everything we go through is with the purpose of refining us, is with the purpose of building us up. And a lot of you quit halfway through this race, 3/4 through. Some of you take a few feet and you give up because why? You find the going get tough, so the tough get going, as the old saying goes. And you claim you tried everything. But indeed and in fact, did you try everything? No, you did not. When you come to try and serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai the way that you want to serve him, that you think he's supposed to accept, you're going to end up in problems. You have to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai the way he desires to be worshipped. Sirach chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. So in order to be prepared, preparation is also as I was having a discussion with some brothers about 2 days ago, Jake have a tendency to ignore important things, important information. They regard important information as trivial, while the enemy has accomplished a diligent search and they know everything about you. A good soldier, a prepared soldier, processes every bit of information. He doesn't dismiss it as unimportant. So being ready to stand, or having done all ready to stand, means if there is no bit of information that escapes your eye. You're totally prepared for anything. You're always on the ready. Another way we do this, 2 Timothy chapter 3. Let's get this, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 16. It says, all scriptures, we start from verse 14. Let's start from verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. And what is one sure way to ensure you are not deceived by the lies of the false prophets and the false teachers? Is studying the scriptures. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned. This is why the scriptures say we have entered into other men's labors. We continue in it. The labors that our apostles did, and now that they are old and they're not able to do it as much as they once did when they were young, they have brought us into this truth via the teachings that they have taught us. As through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we have entered in their labors. And now what the scriptures say, continue in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. So we could stand confidently and boldly that what we have is the truth, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai taught it to our elders, and our elders taught it to us. And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahushai. All scripture is given by the inspiration of power and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. The man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai would have done all to stand. He would have ensured, he would have made sure he was prepared. Salakia for that. Salakia for that. Had to answer that call. Yeah, back to the lesson. You know, to be able to stand, you have to be prepared. And one of the ways is engrossing yourself in the studies of the scriptures. Let's get another one. Hebrews 11 and verse 6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to power must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So soldiers in this cause for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai must have faith. It is a must, it's a criteria, a must-have criteria. All these things goes towards you showing the master that you are prepared, that you have done all that you need to do to be able to stand. And our last precept, Psalms chapter 37 and verse 1, it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the work of iniquity. So we're not supposed to be worrying, we're not supposed to be fretting. Verse 3, trust in Yahweh and do good, so shall thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. So we got to have trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and in his ability to keep his promises. Verse 4, delight thyself also in Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. And we are delighting ourselves in the knowledge of these scriptures, believing that everything Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said he was going to do in the scriptures, he is going to do it. Verse 5, commit thy way unto Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And I remember the Lord gave me this precept. This was one of the precepts the Lord gave me and when I was new to the truth, seeking and searching and trying to find out, what is the truth? I remember it clearly, Psalms 37 and verse 5. And he gave me this in a dream. Right? Commit thy way unto Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. So as the topic of the lesson says, having done all to stand, the question must ask, you eat Salakia. According to the topic of the lesson, each and every person must ask themselves this question. Having done all to stand, could you honestly say you have done it? Could you honestly say you are prepared, come what may, for what is ahead of us? Proceeding to Jacob's trouble, proceeding to the forceful implementation of the MOTB. Have you done all to stand? I pray that this lesson was edifying. I'm your brother Abaniah saying shalom till the next lesson.